This is the real secret of life. To be completely engaged with what you're doing in the here and now. And instead of calling it work, realize it as play. Stop measuring days by degree of productivity, and start experiencing them by degree of presence. Life is not a problem to be solved, but an experience to be had. To go out of your mind at least once a day is tremendously important. By going out of your mind, you come to your senses. The sound of the rain needs no translation. All that you see out in front of you is how you feel inside your head. A person who thinks all the time has nothing to think about except thoughts. So he loses touch with reality and lives in a world of illusion. We see only what we believe, rather than what we see. To have faith is to trust yourself to the water. When you swim, you don't grab hold of the water, because if you do, you will sink and drown. But if you're relaxed, you'll float. Problems that remain persistently insoluble should always be suspected as questions asked in the wrong way. You must not be afraid of playing wrong notes. Forget it. Just play. Take a deep breath, and tell us your deepest and darkest secret, so we can wipe our brow, and know that we're not alone. As muddy water is best cleared by leaving it alone, it could be argued that those who sit quietly and do nothing are making one of the best possible contributions to a world in turmoil. Insecurity is the result of trying to be secure. The only way to make sense out of change is to plunge into it, move with it, and join the dance. Don't hurry anything. Don't worry about the future. Don't worry about what progress you're making. Just be entirely content to be aware of what is. Better to have a short life that is full of what you like doing, than a long life spent in a miserable way. Man suffers only because he takes seriously what the gods made for fun. The biggest ego trip is getting rid of your ego. And of course, the joke of it all is that your ego doesn't exist. People sometimes fail to live because they are always preparing to live. No amount of anxiety makes any difference to anything that is going to happen. The meaning of life is just to be alive. It is so plain and so obvious and so simple. And yet, everybody rushes around in a great panic, as if it were necessary to achieve something beyond themselves. Self-improvement is a dangerous form of vanity. What keeps us from happiness is our inability to fully inhabit the present. The you who you think you are does not exist. But I'll tell you what hermits realize. If you go off into a far forest and get very quiet, you'll come to understand that you are connected with everything. Hurrying and delaying are like ways of trying to resist the present. Never pretend to love which you don't actually feel. For love is not ours to command. But the attitude of faith is to let go and become open to truth, whatever it might turn out to be. Increasingly, the world around us looks as if we hate it. What would you like to do if money were no object? How would you really enjoy spending your life? Do you see yourself as a victim of the world? Or do you see yourself as the world? There is a deep peaceful calm in the dawning of a new day. Try to imagine what it will be like to go to sleep and never wake up. Now, try to imagine what it was like to wake up having never gone to sleep. We cannot be more sensitive to pleasure without being more sensitive to pain. The more a thing tends to be permanent, the more it tends to be lifeless. If you insist on being determined by the past, that's your game. But the fact of the matter is, it all starts right now. Running away from fear is fear. Fighting pain is pain. Trying to be brave is being scared. If we cling to belief in God, we cannot likewise have faith, since faith is not clinging, but letting go. The more we struggle for life as pleasure, the more we're actually killing what we love.